Hello, everybody. Welcome to Women's Work Podcast on Expanded Understanding. This Monday, whatever the fraud date is, we're every Monday. So thank you very much for joining myself, Angela Miller, and soon to be joined by lovely Rocio Gonzalez Delgadillo. And she will be talking all about the 13 days of torment, how we process through that cycle of time, and what we can expect with the future coming up. But the future of this, today, the theme of today is the heart. And very often it's an area that we overlook, take for granted, and have we ignore it in our everyday lives. Now, very practically, heart issues are the number one cause of death in Britain, but especially in the US as well. And with this presents us many issues. Basically, from every single traumatic experience that a person ever has to endure, go through, experience, work out, learn from, all of those issues that happen to us emotionally, with relationships, it has a direct impact to the heart. And it's something that we overlook until we get to the age of about 40. And we start to show signs, symptoms, pains, because essentially it's the engine of your ship. So we're going to have a look at a particular syndrome here. And I find this absolutely fascinating for any woman that's ever experienced a broken heart. Okay, or man, it doesn't matter. A broken heart is a broken heart. So what do we have here? I wish I could just get this screen up. I'm going to do that actually. I'm going to share my screen somehow magically, because I can do that. And it will be that one. Ooh. There we go. Broken heart syndrome. My screen. There we go. So let's just have a look at that. So broken heart syndrome. So you'll need a personal history and give a physical exam. Now that's quite normal. It says here, people who have broken heart syndrome usually don't have any heart disease symptoms before they're diagnosed with broken heart syndrome. Also, your doctor will want to know if you've experienced any major stresses recently, such as death of a loved one. And this is quite common. We do see this. With elderly couples, for example. And these elderly couples one partner may die and the other one just does not cope with it very well. They're overladen with grief, and they miss their partner, they miss their love of their life. You can see this with people that experience incredibly traumatic relationships or a succession of them. All has an impact on the heart, the way we live our lives, the environmental conditions. Do you exercise? Do you give your vehicle enough of what it needs to operate at an optimum level? So once you have that, you'll have an ECG, non-invasive test, and they will just record the electrical impulses that make your heart beat. Now, obviously, these are all tests and procedures that standard healthcare would give. Coronary angiogram, they put in a dye to see where the blockages are. You have an MRI, but this is quite fascinating. People who have broken heart syndrome often have higher amounts of substances called cardiac enzymes in the blood. Now, they can monitor this. It's quite really interesting. So there's no standard treatment for broken heart syndrome. Treatment is similar to a treatment for a heart attack until the diagnosis is clear. Most people stay in hospital while they recover. So once it's clear, it's basically a bit like blowing a gasket. Okay, so what on your car, there's a part of the engine that holds that has screws in there. If that becomes loose, anyway, it all goes wrong. So with this particular condition, it's the emotional impact here that is key, and you will be medicated if you decide to proceed down that road. So many patients make a full recovery within a month or so. You'll likely need to have another echocardiogram around 4 to 6 weeks, and they will monitor your health accordingly. Procedures that are often used to treat a heart attack, such as balloon angioplasty and stent replacement, or even surgery, aren't helpful in treating broken heart syndrome. So what is useful for treating broken heart syndrome? So the original cause of broken heart syndrome is pain and suffering. And, you know, while we live our lives in that manner and experience this unprotected with our hearts wide open, it really begins to accumulate. And it will accumulate in different areas. It will accumulate around in your arteries, in all parts surrounding your heart, because essentially what your heart does every single time it experiences a stressful activity, a stressful scenario, we store it in the heart. It hits us in the heart and gut first, and we can almost be shocked, and our bodies process the information that's coming towards us. Now, what happens then is quite interesting. Dependent on how you're wired at your medulla oblongata, is it fully functional? Is it in the original blueprint form? Or is there damage there to the back of the head? You know, whatever that impact might be, is going to have a direct impact on your heart function and the emotions that you experience. So when you are receiving this negative data from this negative experience, the natural instinct of the body, the soul, the light body, the physical operating as one vehicle, the body will send it away, send the energy away from the heart to the hands and feet, to the head, but your body will automatically push away that energy. Now, if you have a continually stressful life, you have a challenging job, you're always dealing with somebody who doesn't have your best interests at heart, then this is going to be a problem. And in particular, it hits women of a certain age, at this age, in fact, at my age. And the reason for this show is that I had a friend, a really dear friend of mine, who had a heart attack last week. And she's a really hardworking woman, single mother. She's a gynecologist. She's always tried to maintain a career. And basically, she went down, and she's got children, they're teenagers. And this is a common scenario with women post 35. I'm going to say post 35. You know, it could be 30, it could be earlier. But by then, by the age of 30, the body begins to register strongly this pain into chronic issues, which usually take about 3 months if left unaddressed. So what is the quickest way to deal with all this? Well, how do we prevent ourselves from becoming a statistic? What do we do to improve our heart space function, what we've carried? How do we clean and clear our heart for maximum output, which is really common at the moment? We're all looking for this higher frequency functioning in all areas of our lives. We need to be the best mothers. We need to be the best women that we can be. We've got to hold down full-time jobs. We've got to make sure that everybody's okay. And very often women are going to put themselves at the back of the queue for this. Heart pain every time. So when you combine that with the stress and anxiety of living in a patriarchal society where you are never enough according to the system, then we've got a bit of a problem. So these emotional issues become impacted over time, leading us to experience heart stress, heart pain, contraction, shortness of breath, and it all points to self-care as well here, and looking at ways we can create a preventative environment where we can improve ourselves without basically having a heart attack by the time you're 50, which is shocking. Hi, Rocio. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Well, fighting with my life is gone. So I was ready. Let's say that I was in the door, and the time that you open the door, and suddenly the light, what, gone for a moment.
Oh.
Yeah, so I have to reinitiate my computer. Well, it's gone, but I'm here, okay? And this is very interesting thing because I was listening to you about heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to say a quick hello to everybody here. We've got Sam.
Sure. Hello, everybody.
Hello, ladies. I hope you're all right. I've got to figure out, my test this evening is to put something like that on the screen. Yay! I did it. Woohoo!
What you did?
the little.
Yeah. Hello. How are you? Nice to see you. Nice that you are there. Okay.
So we've been talking about the heart. And the importance of heart awareness and what we can do to improve our optimum function at this time. So what would you say about that? What's your experience? Because with my personal experience, in my family, there's a history of heart issues, but I refuse to go down like that because I've had to look after it, to intervene. What do you think? What's your journey been with heart issues?
Well, you know, for me is the heart, the position to think, action, say, communicate, love, everything from my point of view is from the heart. And it's very interesting right now that when we talk, we want to communicate something. We used to say in the past times, because happened to me, that somebody says, think about it before you talk. Yeah. So everybody's like, oh my God, what I'm saying. But right now it's in the different position. It's not mine. It's about heart. Everything is about heart. So it's feel it before you talk, right? So what means that the heart is now in the first position. And I feel and I believe that for any kind of situation, you need to feel if whatever decision, whatever movement, whatever word, feeling that you are going to express, yeah, if you feel okay with that and you see that don't damage anybody around you, this is very important. That means that whatever you are going to do, say, or express is okay. Yeah. So it's about heart. And I believe that the conscience in some way is there too. You know, it's connected with some part in our head, part of the brain. Is connected directly in a way that the conscience is about that too. You know, so for me, from my point of view, everything is about from the heart. And even the intuition is from the heart. Yeah. Everything that you're doing, every choice that you already done, if you do it from your heart, be sure that you are okay. It's what I think about it. Yeah. And it's very important for me.
So what sort of experiences do you think affect a woman's heart physically?
How, excuse me, how is the question?
What sort of experiences does a woman or man have to impact the heart to the point where it turns into a physical condition, a stroke, a heart attack, broken heart syndrome?
Yeah. Well, I think that in these times, the because the women are more emotional than men, yeah, everything have like impact in our physical way in the heart. We are more worried for the things, yeah. We have to be uh, paying attention in all the things that we do in our daily day life, you know. If it's about our home, our kids, our husband, our work, yeah, our emotional state in that moment, in that day, inclusive, yeah, and a part of the physical thing. Remember, when we are in the moon, in the red moon, in our period, in our menstruation, our emotions, because it's hormonal in physical way, yeah, they are like crazy. So we have to be putting attention in different things at the same time, so that give us some stress, quotidian stress, and this stress take us to the sickness, yeah, take us to feel anxiety, yeah, and don't feel comfortable sometimes. And well, the only way to take out all that emotion is that we use is very useful is crying.
Yeah,
We explode, yeah, we explode and we begin, yeah, because we feel impotent, right? Because nothing sometimes is exactly in the way that we would like, with order and discipline, yeah, especially when we have kids, adolescent kids, yeah. So it's like, oh my goodness, yes. What can I do? How can I fix this? How can I make that this family work in harmony, right? In
yeah,
synchronization, in
yeah,
the best way. Yeah, yeah. It's what I think about it. You know, very interesting thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm just thinking about all the stressful things that can be avoided if we don't overreact in an emotional way. So I guess it's kind of like women find it easy to cry, men don't generally.
Yeah.
Um, so how can we discover more about heart space awareness? What are some practical things we can apply to our own hearts?
Okay. I think that in this moment of the life, especially this moment that we are living in the energetic way, we
Mm.
are receiving a lot of help from the universe. And we were talking about the other way, I think, about the new galactic codes that we are receiving from the universe for help us, yeah, so we can use this energy to make meditation, maybe, yeah, for
Mhm.
making a jump into in yourself, inner yourself, yeah. And let's say that taking these calls from the universe, galactic calls, is beautiful word, I love it. This galactic calls, yeah, and putting in our heart, even in physical way, in energetic way, um, to help our heart in physical, emotional, energetic, to work in more awake in this time of conscious that we are living now, right? So it's a, I think true. Everything is like be in peace. Go on a little corner or wherever you want, a beautiful space in the garden or wherever, that you can be in peace, tranquility, yeah, and close the eyes and ask permission to bring that new calls that help us, because it's difficult times. Plus everything that is happening around normally, Now, with this crazy world that we live in now, it's more difficult. So we are worrying what is going to happen in the future, right? What is going to happen with the school of the kids, maybe the people that is working, all that stuff. But there are like a very good talk and good word from the ancient people that with knowledge and with wisdom that says, take your life, especially in this time, take your life step by step, day by day, moment a moment, in the here and now. Yeah. It's like don't project things that you don't know if they are going to be exactly in the way that you have your expectation, you know? This is the other point. We have expectation for everything, and because doesn't happen in the way that we were expecting exactly, we are in crisis, right? So
Yeah.
what is the thing is do your things, put the best of you can in this day, here and now. You can make plans, of course you can do your plans, but don't have too much expectation about that plans. It's just running, like I always say, with the energy, right? Fluid with the energy.
Yeah.
Exactly. And this take me exactly, if you permit me, take me to the King Maya for today. It's exactly about something that's perfect.
Exactly. And I'm just asking there in the chat room if anybody has any questions for Rocio about this.
Yeah.
Because it's going, it's been a right journey this 13 days. And every day I've had my eye on it. Rocio, what's happening today? What's happening? I can't remember. And it was pretty spot on. There was one really turbulent day. Was that Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It was like the wrath of the universe or something. Well, actually, it was the wrath of the system, I think, crumbled into its own irrelevance.
Yeah,
Right.
and we live exactly like that. Yeah. There is a questions?
Not yet, but if you want to begin to talk about what actually took place,
Yeah, because this thing that you are talking about, the heart, physical, spiritual, in different ways, affect us because the energy that we are living in actual life, right? So we have, today begins the human wave spell, okay? So when we think about human, so there will be 13 days with this influence about human. So when we think about, wow, human, what is human, in fact, in this case? Yeah, well, human, remember that we just going out from this wave spell about torment, right? This torment, blue torment, was about transformation, about change the things. Okay, so now it's connected all the things that we are view or have in our conscience, what we need to change about in our life. Yeah. So now that you have that focus about that torment, yeah, this movement of emotions, because everybody, we have movement everywhere. Yeah, it's like, oh my God, when is finished this, right? So in this case, the energy of the human bring us, well, human is about, in this case, the tone one. The tone one is the purpose of the human. Okay? And in this case, these 13 days, through the little kings Maya that we are going to have day by day, yeah, with the help of them, we need, this is about freedom, the liberty, about human, to choose wherever you feel is good for yourself. In all the transformation in the torment, yes, give us some answers. So about that answers, we have some different kind of answers. Now, which one of them we are going to choose for the next step? It's about free will.
Yeah.
It's about influence. In these times that we receive influence from different groups, yeah, just opinion in what is happening around the world, right? One group says one thing, one group says other thing, yeah. So now we will have in these 13 days the decision using our free will and the good influence, positive influence, to choose the best thing for to realize all the purpose that we have in our life. Yeah,
Wow.
that's very nice. Yeah. So yeah, so we're using the free will, we using our faith too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And beautiful. But remember, each wave wave
Wave spell.
yeah, has the opposite one. In this case, for these 13 days, the opposite one will be the wind, and the wind represents the communication. So we need to be very careful in what we express, what we say. Yeah, in this process of choosing something, we are not going to have a very nice, a fluid communication. This is a positive thing. And the machines, the cellulars, maybe don't work sometimes because they talk about communication, you know. This is like a proof. What are you gonna do if you can't communicate, yeah, in the right way, in some way, to say something, yeah, but you need to be careful when you talk about something. There will be fights, yeah, especially this human is about and purpose is about the first focus that affect is the family, okay, our people that is around us. That means that we need to be very careful these days in our family. Don't have a discussions, don't have
No
bad,
argument.
don't misunderstanding, yeah.
Yeah, clear the air.
Exactly. Try to communicate in just few words the best that you can, and we back to the heart, from your heart. Yeah, not from the mind, because in this kind of circumstances we confront the ego, and this exactly the one that don't help us too much, yeah, in this kind of things, especially in decisions, especially when we are all series of things to choose after the torment, yeah, the result of the torment, and the ego is beginning to want to play with us in some way. Yeah. Now, remember that these 13 days have other kings that help, yeah, in this process. In this case, we will have the king, the first king that we are gonna find tomorrow. That is tomorrow, beginning, yes, with these 13 days, is the walking in the sky, yeah.
The Skywalker.
The Skywalker, sorry. Thank you.
No,
Thank
no, sweetheart.
you. Skywalker. So this one is to help us, or is gonna confront us in the challenger. What
So
is the challenge? Yeah, what is the challenger to confront in this take of decisions? Okay. Then we have the magician. That is Wednesday will be the magician. In this case, it's about how I take the challenger, yeah, but how can I change it in a good service to the others? Enchanting the people, giving the nice illusion, yeah, but always giving a big service from the heart again. Yeah, interesting, right? Then on Thursday we have eagle, the energy of the eagle. Yeah, when we give this service that we coming from the magician, yeah, we have to take a perspective of the situation and see if what kind of decisions that we are going to take are the best in
Mm.
this moment of our lives. Of course, for everybody is different, right? For
But it's
everybody,
thoughtful.
exactly. And for everybody, it's a challenger. But at least you know that what kind of energy you are going to confront next day. So you are prepared, right? And it's good because if you feel that maybe somebody want to fight for something that is not without importance, you got it and say, oh, I don't say nothing, or stop or put limits.
Or
Because
walk away. Don't
yeah,
entangle. Mm.
exactly. And because you know that the communication will be not as good as should be in these days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then the ego is is that thing that to take perspective and then says, okay, I'm going this way. Yeah, to choose the way what you are deciding. Okay. um the next day, that is Friday, is the warrior. Okay, in this case, this warrior is how to feel okay, how to put all that strength to continue with our purpose, and don't let that anybody move you from that.
Mm.
Don't let is where the influence works here. Don't let that some group of people or friends or whatever, because they doing something, you want to choose your own purpose just to follow them. This is interesting thing. Yeah, because in these times that we are living right now, once tell you no, but let's go and do this, no, let's go and do that. So you don't know where to go, what to follow, right? And then to follow sometimes other people purpose, you forget your own purpose in your life.
Mm.
Okay, so and then coming the earth. This is a Saturday, next Saturday. So the earth
4th
is
of July.
pardon.
Saturday, the 4th of July. Is that right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, it's about balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, balance everything that is happening around you. Yeah, not if you see that you have to, I don't know, uh, make a cooperation or help somebody, balance between the things. Don't go in one stream or the other, you know. Even your feelings, your emotion, especially, yeah, in this change, in these moments of choose our own path, yeah. And then next Sunday is mirror.
Mm.
Remember, mirror, you are gonna confront, or in this case, you need to balance and be in very nice symphony, yes, with the people. Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
because
uh,
yes,
sympathetic,
exactly.
being sensitive to somebody else's needs. Right.
Exactly. That day, in this case, this mirror is about that. Okay. So remember that we are taking decisions without missing our own purpose, helping and giving service. Try to avoid the bad communication, balancing all the things that there are around. Yeah, your liberty or the things that you want to do. Yeah, always in synchrony with other people, with the mirror. Yeah, and the next day, Sunday, Monday, will be the torment. It's the last part of the torment, but in this case, it's about that you feel you defend your integrity, yeah, in these choose that you are doing in front of other people. Yeah.
Screaming and shouting in the street.
Exactly. Something like that.
You won't find that in the UK.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And then the beautiful day that is Tuesday is coming the sun. The sun, after the torment coming the peace, the balance. Sun coming to illuminate you. Sun come to give you that brief of the nice things that coming on your way, on your path that you are taking your decision, right? Then
So
comes
it's
the
illumination.
pardon?
Illumination.
Illumination.
So what you're saying is that the universe is going to illuminate your path, right?
Yeah. Okay. Especially after the torment, because that day is a torment, move or something. So the next day is like the sun come and give you a hug and say, don't worry, everything okay, and give you light in all the aspects.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then coming the Dragon Day, that will be the next, not this Wednesday, the next other Wednesday, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And this is, the dragon is to begin something and manifestate exactly in the way that you can manifestate exactly that decisions, that position that you are taking in the life in this moment. Okay, after the sun, yeah, there is okay. I breathe. Let's go and begin something about depending on the decision that we take, yeah, and with this liberty, and then coming the wind. Remember, this is communication, and this communication is not gonna be okay, but we try to be as, how can I say, conscious from the heart, yeah, in this day. That will be not this Thursday, the next Thursday, okay? Then coming the night, okay? After this movement of transformation from the torment, taking your decisions, yeah, you connect through the night, through your dreams, to make them true or really.
Oh, yeah? Lucid dreaming at night, creating. What day is it?
That day will be not this Friday, the next Friday.
Next Friday. So it's the 10th of July.
It's July. Well, I tell you the dates, okay?
Yeah, great.
And after this night, that you have your dreams here because you took your decision already, yeah? The next day is seed. You put that dreams like a seed to flourish.
Liking that.
It's beautiful. And then we finish these 13 days, yeah? That will be very interesting. And let me see when we are, okay. Humans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Because the next wave, I forgot always this word, encantada, onda encantada. Wave spell. The wave spell. The next one is gonna be serpent.
Okay.
How to survive to the next job.
So it's a primal energy. Yeah. A primal earth energy.
Exactly. So we are preparing, yeah, all these things. And the next one, that is serpent, when they finish the serpent, we are jumping to the next year, Mayan year, the next cycle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, so this is like the closure of a year's events.
Yeah? Yes. This is I don't have the information yet, but I just need to do the counting the stuff here and see when he's here. When, yeah, and we are here in this position for the next thing, exactly here. So we begin. Let me see. one here. We are here. In this point, we begin the new cycle when the universe coming, yeah, to to rolling in itself, to be more closer. It's
Right.
the beginning of
It's
that.
a contraction.
To
Begin,
do the, yeah,
yeah. So it's like going. It's. Hold on. I'll come back. So it's like a contraction.
yeah, the
Like,
universe,
yeah.
because we are gonna do the next jump to the next year.
Right. Now, is there such thing as a day out of time?
Pardon?
Is there such a concept in Dream Spell as a day out of time?
Yes. We have one day that exactly this year finished the 24th of July. Okay. Then 25 is the day out of the time. The 25th of July.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not considered in here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's the day out of the time. Yeah. It's when everybody is making like a party because this year finish, and the next day, that is 26, begins the new year. Okay.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So Jasmine was saying she's had feelings of uneasiness and excitement at the same time. Like
Oh yes.
change is coming and happening, and
Yes, it's true. It's true. Because our body, sometimes our body, our conscience, our heart feel things that they are gonna happen and still don't happen. Yeah. Our cells, everything is like receiving information. And in conscience, we still, I feel this in one side I feel I don't know what is going to happen, but the other side is like I know that is going to happen something nice, right? We are like that. Everybody that already we are be conscious about these energies that is moving, we begin to be more conscious about space time. I don't know if it happened to you that now that you are I'm doing as best I can on time because we have a different schedule, the King Maya for every day, right? So if we know it's like, oh, I know what is happening this, and then you know how to resolve, you know how to be attent and don't give you in the extreme crisis, the life, you know? Because you already know that, this day is going to be little dangerous. So I have to be careful with the communication, for example. Yeah. So if I see myself that I taking the way to have a big fight, something to talk with other people, other person, and I remember that day is very dangerous, I just don't do it and I don't have problems about it.
Yeah, and there are no stresses, no negative energy exchanges, and so on. Yeah.
It's like a save us to have a big problem with somebody, right? Or and if you are conscious about it, it's like, so I need to be careful. Or this day I need I will be in tune with the energy. I'm gonna do the things from this energy, and this is the way that we can fluid with the energy, not only from the earth, from the universe too.
Yeah. So it's about harnessing that universal change through the heart, paying attention to the energies that we are experiencing, the type of people that are coming into our lives, who's coming in, audit what's coming out, and listening to your purpose. But it's all going to happen here. So it's really so important to care for
And the most beautiful thing is that there are cyclics, repetition of them. So when your conscience is living this kind of days, by cyclic, a fractal energetic way, they know what is happening and they know what to do exactly. There will be days that we don't have to watch what day is. just to feel in the energy, we know that maybe today is this kind of day. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the interesting thing about this kind of calendar and the knowledge and wisdom of our grandfathers about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we need to, well, uh, take notes about these things, you know. And the other thing, this is interesting, when the people says, I am Sid, like you, Angela, I am Sid, that means that they Sid for me will be more strong. The energy will work more strong with me because I am Sid, for example, or I am Moon, or I am Eagle, or whatever, you know. Yeah, this is the influence will be stronger than that. But
Yeah.
yes, we need
That's one
to.
thing that I loved about your reading, the reading that you gave me about
Uh,
my
it's very nice, right?
yeah,
It's
that really showed
about.
me a lot about myself, about how I function. And it's so true. All
Oh
of it.
yes.
Yeah, it was really good.
I need to give you the second part,
Yeah.
because the second part is talking about the influence that we receive from the companions that we have in the 13 days. We belong to the again the word. Oh my god, the wave
Spell.
seals
Spell.
spell. Okay, the wave spell. There are 13 kings, and we belong to that group. So how can these other kings influence to us to make us be more in tune with the energy of the universe
Mm-hmm.
and synchronizing in that? And not only that, there are four like a little swastik, yeah, swastik cross, yeah. We belong to one, but there are others around us that will be part in our lives all the time. This is interesting too. This is the second part. Yeah, but we talk about that another day. Yeah, yeah, but now all these things that we are living, all these things about the King Maya and the influence that we receive from the universe right now that we are living, help us in the way that exactly our heart don't be take in surprise moment, yeah, for something that happened and we didn't be prepared for that. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's about that. It's help in some way, in the way that we don't have crisis, in the way that we don't feel
The
that.
pain.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know, it's quite, as we talk about this and the different cycles of time, right? When we accumulate heartache over that period of time, or time cycles, or pain from a previous life, some monumental occasion in history or herstory that happened in somebody's experience. Fascinating. All of it, I guess what I'm getting at in its point is the accumulation and compaction, because it all comes back to heart function. If our hearts don't function properly, we're not going to be able to receive those frequencies or that intuitive information.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. Because I know that we receive, especially the galactic, the cosmic, from the universe energy. We receive it from the plexus solar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Plexus sun. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's the place that if we are not okay in this part, yeah, we don't receive it, like you say. And what happened, our body begins to be in damage, yeah, because we don't receive that package of information or that light, that
Yeah.
sun, that thing. And yeah, and then the manifestation is in sickness, yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
and the heart attack, or other kind of things that we feel physical. If we're in pain, we are feeling pain in the heart because we don't have this like balance, yeah, in our lives, in our emotions, principle, right? So yeah, yes, definitely we need um, to give harm to all the tools that the life and the uh, traditions and from our grand ancestors let us, yeah, because they know a lot about these things, and there are tools in the way that we can have a more nice life in these moments, especially in this time, right? Yeah. So I
Beautiful.
don't know if there is questions or
Well,
something.
Willow's been having a lot of deja vu lately. What's your opinion of deja vu?
It's a very interesting thing, and I think that maybe we can have a parallel universe. It's what I feel. And there are things that happen in very no space time too. And let me tell you a story about it. Okay, this is very interesting. One day I was working in Mexico City, and I have an appointment with a client, more or less in distance, in time, more or less 40 minutes. Okay. So I have to be there at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And already was 20, 12, 20, something like that. And I say, oh my God, I'm not going to be on time with my client. So I say, oh, well, I'm going to take the metro. Yeah. The metro is the same for you, right?
Yeah.
The
Underground.
metro,
Same thing, metro.
underground, yeah.
Mm.
And I will be there quick, right? So I just go into the metro, but there was too many people there. I didn't have tickets. I have to have a line to buy the ticket, and the time was running. And I said, no, no, I'm not gonna be there. I'm not gonna be there. No, yes, I'm gonna be there. Yes, I'm gonna be one in point. Yeah. So we're more or less 15 minutes before 1 o'clock. Already kaput the time, right? So I just began to say, with my ticket in my hand, I remember very well. I remember that I say, I wanna be at 1 o'clock. I wanna be at 1 o'clock. I wanna be at 1 o'clock. Suddenly, I don't know what happened. When I hear the doo when the doors close inside already,
Yeah.
like I wake up, and you guess what? I have my ticket in my hand.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Whoa.
I wake up, I see my ticket, I say, how I arrived to here? And there still have to go around steps and steps. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what happened. But I was inside the metro already, and I arrived there 1 o'clock exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a phenomenal story. Complete synchronicity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yes, happened. So at moment I say I don't know what happened, but I love to tell because happen things that we don't have explanation about it.
Yeah.
And I still remember that the doo wake me up, and I was inside with the ticket in the hand. How?
Right.
It's like, whoa. So it's real. Happen
Mm,
things in that way. So like that happen things in our lives. So
yeah.
that means that the deja vu stuff, like just like this, can happen just in different moments. Well,
Mhm.
in one moment, but in different places at the same time.
Yeah. So it's like this it's like a multi-dimensional experience.
Yeah, could
So
be
part
maybe
of
one of
you
these days.
yeah.
It's possible that happen in one of these days. I
Yes.
should I don't remember the day, but if I could, I will take in time before. Maybe it was in one these days.
Yeah, yeah. I'd be interested to know if
Yeah.
those deja vu happened on one of those days.
Oh yeah, could be.
Yeah.
And the beautiful about the Jabu is that maybe you are in one place for the first time in your life, and you already says I was here before, right? And this situation, or I remember that somebody talked exactly the same thing. I smell some
Yeah.
special
A
thing,
familiar smell. Mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
or even taste. It's like,
Yeah.
wow. And maybe it's the first time that you prove something and you say, I already eat these
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. You know, my experience of deja vu is slightly different. I can remember I am in doing an activity, and this happens every time I'm doing an activity. I look up one way, I look up and look right, and then I have a memory recollection of seeing that in full replay before, and it's like this glitching that goes on. But every time I've had that experience throughout my entire life, I have known that I'm on the right track.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that happen these things too. For example, talking about this think about when that the communication is not gonna be clear these days.
Mm.
If you have a deja vu, that is gonna happen in your deja vu is somebody is maybe complaining about something with you, and you don't in that moment makes a crisis or whatever. When you have deja vu and you live already that moment, you can change the end of that.
Yes. Yes,
Could
and you know, actually, here's an interesting digital counterpart. Somebody, I think it was somebody in the chat room, it could have been Jasmine. She's been editing her Facebook history and changing things.
wow.
And
Yeah.
wow, that's a really good way of looking back with hindsight and reviewing all your posts, your connections. You know, it's a very visual way of clearing out some of the dross. I thought it was excellent, Jasmine. Well done.
I don't know, it's just coming to my mind. Maybe the universe give us this opportunity to change the direction for the next step after the deja vu.
Yes.
It's just,
Oh, maybe we're in planetary deja vu, right? Pause. We're on pause, right? Remember we were talking about this? Head
yeah,
went off.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So we don't know why we have these deja vus. If could be a parallel universe, because there are the scientists right now are very working very hard about it. They believe that it's very possible,
Good.
and well, why not? Maybe if we take other decision, change the deja vu for the next time. I don't know. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's changed the digital pathway
Yeah.
into the AI, which has recorded the experience in a
Oh,
hyper edited way. So it gets that version of that. So that simulates into every other reality because it's a focused intent.
now I have a question for you,
Yeah.
because you know more about this thing than me. These all the things that we are talking about the Jabu, and they are changes, have to be something with the Akashic records.
Well, yes, because I suppose in a process of recollection of memories and data stored in the DNA, so when we have a momentary, maybe there is an extra light code, maybe there isn't, maybe there's a natural pause in your heartbeat.
Ah,
So we then can have that, you know, in a reflection moment, whatever state we're in, because whatever state we're in, mental state, emotional state, whatever we do, however we look within, however we have a mode of inquiry, how we think, how we feel, how we operate, doing all of those things. So when we look within like that, and suddenly you access that data in a relaxed, non-polarity, so you're not charged, you're not in a polarized emotional condition, you're in neutral.
Okay.
Sacred neutral awareness, right? Then this shift. So your sacred neutral awareness is the key feature in accessing the absolute huge amounts of data of the Akashic frequency. Now, it can be overwhelming. It might not be, but you're getting a glimpse into where you should be at
Yeah.
in your journey. And that's lovely.
Yes, incredible how huge is this thing? Infinity of possibilities, infinity of different ways to take, infinity of decisions, right? And how they, maybe the Akashic records send us that vibration about the deja vu, for example.
Yeah, that's
to remember something.
Yeah, that moment. Am I on the right track? Yes, I refer to my memories encoded in light, and I get an acknowledgement from my central nervous system and my whole system that tells me, oh, okay, I've remembered it that way, but I've remembered it again. That
means I'm okay.
On the right track. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, and women can do, I don't know, maybe can women do this more easily than men?
Women can do it what, sorry?
Access this state of deja vu frequency.
By conscience, I don't know, because usually you are not conscious, it just happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
In a moment. So the thing is that, can we have an access to have in conscience choosing the deja vu?
Yeah. Can we choose the reference memories that we have?
Exactly.
Does our psyche fill in the gaps? Right?
Yeah. And maybe that can help us, because when we are asking to universe, when we are in trouble or crisis, and I say, please help me, right? Goddess, help me to resolve this, because I'm not competent in this moment in any way to resolve it. I don't know how to do, what to do, right? And if in that moment, the Akashic Records can send us like a little information that, don't worry, everything will be okay, because I see that you resolved it already. That would be good, huh?
Yeah.
Now, everybody has the opportunity to see their own Akashic records.
Yes.
Just you need to know how to do it, right?
Yes.
Oh. This is very interesting thing.
It is, because everybody has this skill as an infinite being in a bodysuit. Everybody has. We all came in with it. Our hearts were open at the very beginning of incarnation.
Yeah.
We, and I'm speaking from my personal experience. I knew that before I incarnated 54 million years ago, I knew that the only way I was going to make it is if I kept my heart open. And boy, did it take a hammering.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's the only way, like you say, right?
Well, you have to heal it. So the clearer your heart energy, your heart frequency is, the clearer the levels of communication and data you're able to receive and translate through your bodysuit, through your light technology.
Yeah. And for that, we need to connect with the universe, right?
Yeah.
And it's one of the things that is sometimes it's difficult for the humans. Talking about human, the energy of human. The humans, if it's not nothing that they can touch, they don't believe sometimes. Yeah. The people say, no, I don't believe if I can touch it or I can feel it with this 5 cents, I don't believe it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that it's not exist, right? So we need to connect with the source.
Yes.
Because the source has all this abundance in information, right? In energy, in material things, in spiritual things, in healing, yeah, in all these things, right?
Yeah,
So, well, this is very, very interesting.
it
This,
is.
yeah. So maybe one day you help us out how to do it.
Yeah, well, there is. I've got training courses upon training courses.
Oh, please.
Um, yeah, because it's about clearing the heart, the vagus nerve, central nervous system, womb for a woman, and then also just realigning the brain from birth impacts and death impacts, long slow death. That was a program set into the bodysuit technology that would basically accelerate suffering and the
Mhm.
physical impacts from spiritual illness. So the
Ah,
whole kind of package here. So that will, but because basically everything's changed because of what's happening in the world currently. So I've had to slightly reshape the way that we do things. But this is one of the things we'll be looking at when we run the tours in Mexico for Aguila Dorada.
oh,
They're
yes.
doing very specific women's work some with plant medicines, some without. But this is all about realigning your heart, earth to sky, to the cosmos of who you were at the beginning. So it's quite exciting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that will be very exciting and very useful. And this is exactly the things that we need to develop for the future. This is the future, exactly, right? Because before we didn't have that kind of information. We have in another way, right? Because Mayas, Toltecs, and another culture doing things that they were very awake about these times,
Yeah.
and it's what we are following. And if we follow, we can clean, like you say, our energetic places to receive in better way that energy, right? And the information about the Akashic or Deja Vu or whatever we receive, we will have more apt to more, will be more available in some way to receive it, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's knowing yourself, right? It's knowing yourself at the most core levels of your function in this reality, right? So everything that happens in the unseen world, in the cosmos, happens in here, inside the universe of you. So
Mhm.
it's going from the macro to the micro nano aspect of
Yeah.
yourself. But there's a
Yeah, it's
connection
good.
here that helps us to
Mhm.
see and read and scan the data. But there's a methodology involved in that. It takes ages.
I know, I imagine, yeah.
Okay. So Jasmine is asking, uh, is that going to be in Mexico City? No. It's going to be in
He's,
Malinalco.
oh, it is tours,
The tours will be Cancun and
will
Malinalco.
be, it's a cosmic Maya travel, yeah, tour. And there are other that is following the wisdom that passed through Malinalco in this central area. The central area is, we are going to visit Teotihuacan, Tula, Cholula, Malinalco, Xochicalco, Tepoztlan, are very sacred and very powerful places too. Yeah. So this will be next year. So you have time for put money together. We tried at doing our best, and there will be a very magic travel. Mexico is very big, so we can do it in just one trip. At least there are some of them, yeah, to complement all the information. And the cosmic is about Mayas totally, but with the Temazcal too, with your therapist, Angela, and the other things that we are, is a surprise for everybody. Yeah.
Mm.
So, and the others here in the area of the center of Mexico, they will be in different way. It's about knowledge, it's about specific, be in a sacred places where just in the moment that you be there, touch the land where you we going, is you reconnect, your cells reconnect and recognize that energy in some way. This is the interesting thing about the archaeological places that we are going to visit. They are very special places, very special. Each one have a specific thing. For example, Cholula is the place where was the mythic that was person, in real person, called Seacatopilziquetzalcoatl. And Cholula is one of the biggest pyramids around the world. It's so huge, and there are tunnels inside, and you can go and feel that energy, and what they use it for ceremonies and sacred things. So Teotihuacan, the place where that says the man became gods, but it's a very, very special place. Even in Teotihuacan, in the Pyramid of the Sun, that they call Pyramid of the Sun, they are divided to going up in two levels. One in the middle, and their NASA was there with a special machine, and they are counting how the energy is there, and the machine was crazy. How the energy is there, and they are watching beings in the night, like lights. Very interesting.
Monitoring activity.
Yes.
Right.
And they are watching like procession of people, but they are like people of light in the pyramids. Beautiful things. There are a lot of stories about it. And there are a lot of mysteries, about why, for example, there is a river inside down there in the pyramids. There is a river of mercury.
Right.
Liquid mercury.
Wow.
The people is what for, right? Well, the mercury, that is canalize the energy.
Yes. Interesting.
So that like machines of electromagnetic machines, the pyramids in some way. And another mineral called mica. The mica is to separate the electromagnetic stuff from outside, to keep the people safe, for say in some way,
Right.
And they found inside the cameras full of mica, of that things.
Wow.
There are incredible things. And the thing is that when you arrive here, you feel this land like everything is alive. Like you just close your eyes and you can see the people still in the warriors in the pyramids, and you go into other archaeological places in another places outside of Mexico, and you feel, okay, there are the stones, but looks like it's dead. There is no energy anymore. No?
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah,
you can feel it. You can, you can feel it. And there are, here in Malinaco, there is a point called Punto tonal point, where the energy of the earth going out, and you in the night sometimes, if you have the eyes, you can see like a light of blue eye coming from the earth to up. A column of light.
Wow, I would love to go there and
yeah. And it's called tonal point, exactly. And you can feel it. You don't see it through the day, but you can feel it. It's in this mystical, esoteric place called Olinyotl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the other side of the road where you come in. Yeah, remember? One day we went to the Oxxo, maybe, to buy something. No, we didn't go. Well, the other side completely. There is they make this mystical, they made this esoteric place because this thing. They didn't know that existed there, but the owner used to have, he likes the Buddhism and things, and he used to, for all the friends, make parties on the Fridays, playing drums and djembes and things like that. And one day we were there, and we saw not everybody, but some people, we see how the energy going in that way, like a column of light, blue one. Yeah, very nice. Somebody's knocking the door, but I don't know who.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds beautiful. I'm just looking forward to that.
Oh yes,
All that up and running.
too many things.
This is also a women's centre site in Malinalco that we're proposing to build through women's work, so we can address the imbalance of patriarchy, provide working opportunities for younger girls, teenage girls who might not necessarily have access to good education or good awareness, that they don't have to be dependent on men, that they don't have to go into the baby having immediately industry, that they can actually develop and cultivate lives for themselves independently.
Yeah, exactly.
With really good health, preventative health.
Oh yes, it's a beautiful project. Yes, that would be very nice. This project. Yeah. So everything
very exciting.
Yeah, to help other people, to help to give this service, right? That we discovered in our missions. Yeah, to give this beautiful from the heart again. Yeah, because if you don't give from the heart, the energy is not the same.
Yeah, because I tried this. I was a few weeks ago. I was having a bit of a moment, and I thought, "That's it. I've had enough. I'm going to close my heart down." Well, it hurt when I did. I couldn't feel anything. I was really like, I couldn't receive information. So it's really important to keep it open. It really is. It was really an interesting test, let's say.
Yes,
of course. Process something.
And
could you do something? I would really love it.
That would be very nice. So, can you give me? Sorry, just a minute. Somebody's knocking.
That's so funny.
Dígame.
Wow. This is what I'm going to ask Rocio to do. Is I'm going to ask her if she would like to do a specific heart meditation in Spanish, and she's going to expand her consciousness. She is able to articulate in her natural way, and it's going to be really beautiful. So I haven't quite asked her yet. I know she's expecting it, but this is part of our outreach, is that we must connect with our overseas brothers and sisters, that we need to share in our expanded understanding and knowledge that we carry, that we share, that we broadcast with everything that we do. Thanks, Rocio. What I was going to ask, if
Sorry.
that's okay.
Yeah. Pardon?
Listen to this from Jasmine. When you were answering the door,
yes,
her sister was knocking, and when you at the same time you answered the door.
Oh my God.
That's so funny.
Yes, was a package from DHL from my neighbor. So I thought that he was there or she, but no. So I have to receive it. Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. It's okay. What I was going to kindly ask, if you could do a meditation in Spanish.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, can I ask that you turn off you close your Facebook window, because I think it pings on with the messenger sound. Is that all right, dear?
If I close it?
Yeah, just close Messenger.
Okay, I'm closing. Yeah, great.
Great. So this meditation by Rocio. Are you ready, love? Is it okay?
Yes. I love it.
I'm looking forward to this, because I know that you really want to express more spiritual teachings that you receive in Spanish. So we're going to do that.
So I do it in English or in Spanish?
Spanish.
I do it in Spanish?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
So I'm just going to mute me off and bring the focus to you, my dear. And if you could say, do a beautiful journey in your way, what you receive.
Okay. Well, vamos a respirar, cerrar nuestros ojos. Vamos a respirar profundamente, escuchando nuestra propia respiración. Cómo llega el aire hasta nuestros pulmones, hasta nuestro estómago. Exhalamos suavemente. Hacemos conciencia de que vamos a hacer un viaje interior para traspasar la puerta del espacio-tiempo. Nos ubicamos en el lugar que estamos. Nos vemos a sí mismos, a nosotros mismos alrededor de nuestro propio cuerpo. Dejamos que nuestra propia conciencia salga un poco a explorar. Tomamos esta hermosa energía que el universo nos manda, como si fuera un vehículo para salir a explorar nuevos caminos, nuevas energías, nuevo espacio-tiempo. Salimos en este vehículo de luz hacia un lugar muy hermoso, hacia una pradera. Vemos a lo lejos unas hermosas montañas, ríos, flores. Llegamos hasta un hermoso árbol que va a representar la sabiduría del universo y de la tierra misma. Bajamos de nuestro vehículo. Tocamos el pasto fresco con nuestros pies descalzos, conectando con la madre tierra, su hermosa energía que pasa a través de nuestros pies. Llegamos a este árbol frondoso, grande, que conecta al cielo. Abrazamos este árbol y sentimos cómo nos vamos haciendo parte de él. Cómo sus ramas que tocan el cielo son como nuestros cabellos en extensión. Y a través de estas ramas recibimos energía del sol, como una pequeña fotosíntesis. Este sol que emana la energía, paquetes de códigos energéticos para que nos ayuden a transmutar nuestras células, nuestros órganos, nuestra sangre, nuestra energía y pensamientos. Esa energía va bajando por las ramas del árbol hasta que llega a nuestra cabeza. La tomamos desde el chakra coronario. Esta energía va bajando para conectarse con la energía que absorbemos de la Madre Tierra. Se conectan en el corazón ambas energías. Con esta explosión de conexión de ambas energías, se irradia todo nuestro cuerpo. Se ilumina por dentro y se expande la información del universo, de estos códigos galácticos, para que nuestros órganos, nuestras células, nuestra sangre pueda transmutar y se adapte a los nuevos cambios. Sentimos cómo rebosa nuestro cuerpo interiormente al conectar ambas energías. Sentimos una renovación en cada una de nuestras células. Hay alegría en cada uno de nuestros órganos. Hay felicidad. Hay equilibrio y emoción positiva. Sentimos cómo nos llenan estas energías nuestro cuerpo. Una vez que esté lleno nuestro cuerpo de estas energías, se retira la luz hacia el sol. Nosotros seguimos abrazando nuestro árbol de la vida, conectados a la hermosa Madre Tierra Tonantzin, Pachamama. Respiramos la energía de nuestro árbol. Profundamente sentimos esta luz que ha llenado nuestro cuerpo. Damos gracias al arbolito por ser parte de nuestro proceso. Y nos retiramos. Caminamos suavemente por la piel de la Madre Tierra. Sentimos la energía debajo de nuestros pies. Nos vamos hasta nuestro vehículo de luz. Lo tomamos y venimos de regreso hacia la parte consciente de este momento, en el aquí y en la ahora. Entramos a nuestra casa, en el lugar donde nos encontremos en este momento. Traemos nuestra conciencia a nuestro cuerpo. Respiramos profundo y lentamente. Y cuando estemos listos, abrimos nuestros ojos, relajados, llenos de hermosa luz y energía del universo. Omenteo. We back. We are here. Here and now.
Beautiful.
Well, the only thing that I don't know if they understand me. Yeah. Well, because the language, but I just hope that with the energy, feeling the energy, Yeah.
Yes. And oh, one second. Oh no.
Where I am.
Yeah. No, the energy, the vibrational resonance that you brought through your own heart was just beautiful.
It's beautiful. Very nice.
It's the sound, the wave frequency that will be felt for all our viewers, past, present, and future.
Oh, yeah.
That's really great. My
Well,
dog loved it too.
Well, I just tell you that in brief, well, in resume, the idea was to go to a beautiful place through our transport of energy, where is a tree. So we hug the tree and we receive energy from the Mother Earth, and we receive energy from the sun through the leaves and through the branches from the tree. Yeah, coming down to our body and fill up all that energy, one coming from the Mother Earth and one coming from the sky, the heaven, and fill up that body of that energy to help us to transmute, make the transformation in our cells, in our organs, in our body, in our blood, yeah, for the next things that come in.
Yeah.
That's the thing, the meditation about it.
Beautiful.
No,
How we're just going to do an hour and a half tonight. How can people reach you?
okay. So my social net is through the Facebook. I think is the best thing. So I am like Rocio Gonzalez Delgadillo. Is one of my pictures. Yeah, and you can be in contact with me through that. And then there are a lot of things that that are interesting, like the Kin Maya, for example, that is individual. Each one of us, we have one special vibration, one package galactic codes that we bring when we were born, yeah, and we call Kin Maya, yeah, and we see how affect in our lives, how we, if we have in our mission of life, yeah, and how if we are not, how can be in that sacred path, yeah. So you can be in contact with me in any time, yeah, will be a pleasure.
And you offer readings, don't you, specifically for this?
Yeah. So I send in the Kin Maya and then make the interpretation, yeah, for 2 hours. Yeah, we have in connection, and we when you have time, yeah, we have a video chat, and I can make the interpretation for the Kin Maya. Yeah, thank you.
So my name's Angela Miller. I forgot my name, Miller. What kind of a name is that? Angela Miller. This is Women's Work International. You can find us on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook, not literally on it, but I'll be checking it from time to time. And you can make contact if you're interested in healing sessions. If you're a woman and you're experiencing any type of trauma, please do get in contact. This is about working with the heart. So magnesium supplements on a practical level, salt baths, get good minerals, get good exercise your heart, open it, stretch it. If you need medicines, plant medicine specific ones to open up the heart, please do. You know, it will really help.
Yeah. Thank you,
Thank you.
Plática, Mati. In la
Thank
que.
you. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Willow, and to everybody else that's listening that supports us here at
Fox.
Women's Work at Expanded Understanding. These guys are really doing some great stuff. Please do check in on the channel. There's lots of stuff happening, lots of really amazing, highly conscious opinions, talk, reflections, discussions, and a whole lot more. So thank you very much, everybody. I love you all, and we will meet again. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Until next.
Oh, and I'm waving and